Okay, here we are. We're going to do Stewart Calculus, 8th edition, early transcendental, 2.3, number 20. We're trying to evaluate the limit that exists. If we use direct substitution by plugging in t equals 1, we will see that we get 1 to the fourth minus 1 over 1 to the third minus 1, which is 0 over 0, which is undefined, but that's a form that tells me there may be cancellation. So what I need to do is I need to factor those polynomials. T to the fourth minus 1 can be thought of as t squared squared again minus 1 squared. So I'm going to work a little bit on that. That's then going to give me t squared minus 1, t squared plus 1. Could do that on the side of the paper, but anyway, I have that. And that will factor even further as t minus 1, t plus 1, t squared plus 1, because t squared minus 1 is also a difference of squares. So difference of squares factors. Now for the denominator, I have something also that I have to work on. So what am I using here? I'm using a squared minus b squared is equal to a minus b times a plus b. But I'm also going to use that a to the third minus b to the third is equal to a minus b, a squared plus ab plus b squared. Where am I using that? I'm using that in the denominator where I'm looking at t to the third minus 1 is t to the third minus 1 to the third. And so therefore, using that factorization formula of t minus 1, t squared plus t times 1 plus 1 squared. Then, I'll just write that down a second time here. What's going on then is that 1 is a 0 of t to the third minus 1 in the denominator and t to the fourth minus 1 in the numerator. So therefore, t minus 1 had to be a factor. So we definitely, we knew we would get that. And those cancel. And once you get that cancellation, you can plug in t equals 1 because t minus 1 was the problem in the denominator that was giving us 0 in the denominator, and we can't divide by 0. So now we can go ahead and just plug in 1, and we get, if I have enough space, 1 plus 1 times 1 squared plus 1, and then in the denominator, 1 squared plus 1 plus 1, and that gives 2 times 2 is 4, divided by 3. So therefore the answer is 4/3. And I'm going to put a little box around this, have that separate. Is it worth the trouble? Third time's a charm. Okay. And highlight this. That's our answer right there. All right. So that finishes this video.